welcome to here. How are you? Are you good? I hope so. Today, I'm going to show you, okay, just how to do something. Give me a moment. Let me ask you something first. Have you ever heard of the augmented chord before? Have you? Better yet, have you ever willingly played it before? Huh? If the answer is no, well then, good sir, I do believe you are missing out. Yes, but I get it. How in the heck do I use that freaking little chord? What do I do with it? I'll just tell you right off the bat because I don't want you to leave. We're having such a good time. We could use the augmented chord to resolve back to our one chord in a minor key. You could also do this in a major key, but it just sounds a little more interesting in a minor key. I'll show you both. And so great, that's fine. Cool. Amazing. We'll use the augmented chord to resolve back to the one chord. Cool, that tells me a whole lot. Thanks. Which augmented chord? Huh? How about that? I'll tell you that too, my goodness. Don't get so aggressive with me. Sorry, I don't mean to gaslight you to thinking that saying that you were being aggressive. You weren't being aggressive. You're just sitting there. I see you. You're just sitting there. You have a cup of coffee. You also have a t-shirt on. And your TV is on in the background. I can't really hear what it is because I'm a little too far. From where I sit right here, it sounds like Duck Dynasty. That's good. That's good. Duck Dynasty, it's a good choice. And so the augmented chord you're going to use to resolve back to your one chord is going to be the 5th degree of the key that you're in. That's the answer. So for example, suppose we're playing in the key of B minor, all right? What is the 5th degree of B minor scale? Well, that is F sharp. So we're going to then play, by our logic that I'm presenting to you right now, we're going to play F sharp augmented to resolve to the B minor chord, which is your one chord. And so let me play you a little progression, okay, with that resolution, just so you can hear what it sounds like. Yeah! Sorry, I got distracted. There were people walking outside my door. I heard keys jingle jangling. It frightened me. And so I'll show you a little bit of the progression that I played here, in case you're curious. I started with the B major triad, played as an arpeggio, okay, which is borrowed from the B major scale. B minor is parallel major, okay. And then I turned it into A major 7, followed by B minor, all right. Then same thing down here, E major triad, turned into A major 7, turned into E minor, okay. And then down here, okay, that is a C sharp minor with little embellishments, followed by F dominant 7, which is the 5 of B minor. Kind of, the 5 chord in a minor key is minor in quality, but we tend to play it as a major or dominant 7. Okay, then I followed it with a chromatic ascent into the root note of our augmented chord, followed by our augmented chord, F sharp augmented, back to our B minor. Goodness. And so when I use augmented chords, I like to play them following the 5 chord as a dominant 7, as I did, just because it adds a little unexpected surprise, you know? But of course, you could play the augmented chord on its own. You don't have to have it following the dominant 7. You could just use the augmented chord to resolve to your 1. That's the point of this whole thing. And so I like to use this augmented chord shape, this little escalade situation. There's also this little shape down here. Yeah. And so we need to talk about something about the augmented chord, okay? The augmented chord is very special because every note within it can act as the root note. Yes. And I have a whole video about that. I'll link that one, okay? But when applying this shape here, okay, just ignore that. Just ignore it. And I would suggest to just use this 5th string here as the root. Yeah. Although the other 2 notes in this chord can also serve as the root notes, since this one here is in the bass, right, it just has the strongest resonance. Did I use that word right? Yeah. And so let's say we wanted to transpose this into another key. Okay, let's suppose the C minor key. To do that, we need to look at the 5 chord of C minor, which is G, okay? And we'll play it as an augmented. So we'll play the G augmented chord to resolve back to C minor. And let's see what that sounds like, okay? Yeah. See, so it works the same. T. It's okay. We know how to use this chord. I hope. But what we don't know yet is why. Why? And we're all about why on this channel. We know that, all right? And so first, we didn't talk about what a augmented chord even is, all right? An augmented chord is a chord with a first degree, a third, and a sharpened fifth. And it's a very weird sound because of the symmetry between all the notes within that chord. Just watch the video I have linked below. It'll explain that in detail. And now the reason it creates such a strong pull to the one chord is because of the relationship between the notes within it and the chords resolving too. Okay, so let's take a look at the notes within the B minor chord and the F sharp augmented like we did together. What do we notice here? Do we notice something? I noticed something. Look what I could do with my eyebrows. Are you looking? I could go reverse too. What do we notice about these two chords? I notice that these two chords, right, have the F sharp note in common, right? And then I notice that that C double sharp in F sharp augmented and the D in B minor are also the same. Here's why. Well, because C double sharp and D are enharmonic equivalents. They're the same note that share the same pitch, they just have different names, right? If you take the C note, sharpen it twice, you land on D. And so we have two sets of notes here within our two chords that are exactly the same. Then we have that A sharp in F augmented and then the B note in B minor. Well, what do we notice about that? Well, we notice that those are a half step apart. So what? Here's why. Let's start with the notes that are the same in our chords here. What does that matter? Well, playing two chords back to back together, like we did with these two chords, that contain a lot of the same notes, creates a very smooth transition. Yes, because they're the same notes. And then we have our half step interval, okay, between the A sharp and B. Well, what does that mean? Well, here's what you need to know. The half step interval resolution, like the A sharp moving up to the B, is one of the most satisfying resolution sounds in all of music. Yes, my nail is broken. Yeah. And so what is happening here when we are playing that F sharp augmented chord? Let's do it. What we have here between these two transitions, okay, is that A sharp note being resolved to the B. Did you hear that? You hear how I resolve that sound? Well, that is the gasoline, okay, that is driving the resolution sound between the two, that half step, okay? And then within our F sharp augmented chord, we also have these two notes here that are exactly the same as the notes in B minor. And so what's happening is this A sharp, which is the driving force of the tension here, okay, kind of as it relates to the B minor, okay, we'll talk about it in a second, is cushioned by these two notes that are exactly the same as the ones in the B minor. Yes, so it amplifies that half step resolution. Does that make sense? And not to mention that the F sharp augmented chord is just a very tense chord, as it is. Again, watch the video, I'll link down below, you'll learn all about it. And so it craves on its own to be brought into a very stable chord. And there's nothing more stable than my mental state. And the one chord of any key. Yeah, and so that's all. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Is all I had to say. Let's see. Oh, I didn't talk about playing it as a major. Okay, we're gonna get into that. Can we use the augmented chord to resolve to a major chord? Yes. Let me show you. F sharp augmented, B major. That was fine. That worked. There was nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna use a really weird little chord, you wanna resolve it weird too. Come on. And the theory does change a little bit because in a major chord, the third degree is no longer flattened, okay? Which means the D note in B major is going to be sharpened as opposed to natural as it would be in the B minor. And now the relationship between D sharp and C double sharp in F augmented is they're no longer the same notes as they were in B minor. Now they are a half step apart. So now you have two half step resolutions in this in this relationship between these two chords, which is fine. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. It adds some tension, but it doesn't sound as smooth as it does going from augmented to a minor chord. Because like I said, we have that one half-step resolution that is very emphasized, and it just sounds very smooth and nice, okay? That's all. I don't want to talk about this anymore. We're done talking about this. I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about something else. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do. Please continue to do all that you do. People are counting on you, and you don't want to disappoint them, unless you do. You know, sometimes you can disappoint people. You know, sometimes it's okay to disappoint people. Don't forget to head over to meganchurch.com. Say sign our petitions at Pitches to Space. We're setting them up there as a protest against attacks on silly string. It's very, very inhumane to tax silly string. Yeah, they should be treated like tomatoes and lemons and poultry. They shouldn't be taxed. No, so we're protesting it. And while you're there, why don't you check out the 70 Zen Guitar ebooks? We got 2 of them. We got the 70 Zen Guitar Study ebook. That is a guitar study ebook, all right? It's a chord, scale, and theory reference book, all organized in the Cage system. Yes, you've never seen anything like it before. It has a bunch of theory concepts, all in visual examples. So if you're a visual learner, that one is for you. Okay, and then we got the beginner guitar guide. That is the beginner guitar guide. Everything you need to learn at the beginning of playing guitar is all in the book, all in order, and it's a guide, you know? Sometimes you think, what am I supposed to learn as a beginner? Everything's so confusing. And so this guides you through it. It also has a practice schedule to help you practice and implement all the things in the book. We also got the course, Key Music Theory 1 course. It's a course where we go through the fundamentals of music, what major scales are, how we build them, how we build chords from those scales, and how we organize everything into keys. Totally. There's also a practice PDF workbook that goes along with it, so you can practice everything in the course. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. At 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to solve Rubik's Cube on camera for the world to see. Do you see it up there? You see it up there? That's the Rubik's Cube I'm going to solve. Yes. And we're almost there. We're almost there. Oh dear. That's a lot of pressure. Hello? Oh, hi. How are you? I'm good. How are you? That's great. Oh, wait. Sorry. I have another call. Hello? Hi. Oh, yeah. I'm on the phone with him right now. You want me to tell him anything? Okay, I'll tell him. He says the chicken salad was his. Okay, I'll tell him. He says that no, you specifically asked for the salmon rotisserie. And so he took the chicken salad. He said he didn't take the salmon rotisserie. He said that there were none left. He said that he saw literally like 10 of them left. Okay, I'll tell him. He says that's not the point if you saw them or not. He got the chicken salad. Okay, guys, listen, chicken salad, salmon rotisserie. Don't we have bigger fish to fry? I'm asking, don't we have bigger fish to fry? And then you could have the fish. All I'm saying, it's time that we all forgive. And it's time that we all, just maybe paninis instead. We all need to stand united in this moment. Because again, don't forget they're taxing the silly string. And that's a big, hey, don't yell at me. Hello, guys, don't worry, no fighting. We're gonna get paninis. Okay, well, I'll see you later then. I'll see you at the Cosmodome next Saturday. Yeah, I'm going. Do they what? Do they have chicken salad at the cafeteria? Guys, we have to go. That's all, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all that you do. Don't forget everything. Oh, what happened here? Everything is fine. Everything is going to be great. You're going to be great. You're going to do good things, okay? And if you don't, that's fine. Don't worry. There's always tomorrow. And if you ever doubt your just don't. Don't doubt. Love forever. See you soon. Cheers.